Ladies and gentlemen, life is suffering. This is one of the most undeniable truths of existence. No one escapes hardship. No one lives without pain. You will face struggles, some of them unimaginable, some of them unfair, some of them so crushing that you will wonder how you will ever find the strength to go on. But the real question is not whether suffering will come at will. The real question is what you will do with it. Will you let it break you? Or will you take that suffering, that hardship, that pain, and forge something greater out of it? Will you turn your struggles into strength? There is an old story that has existed in many forms throughout human history. The story of the hero who descends into the darkness, faces the monster, and returns stronger than before. This is not just mythology. This is a fundamental truth about life. We are all called to face suffering. We are all called to confront the chaos of existence, to battle the dragons that emerge in our lives, whether they be fear, loss, failure, or betrayal. The hero's journey is not a fantasy, it is a psychological necessity. You will be tested, you will be beaten down. Life will throw obstacles in your path that seem insurmountable. Some people will tell you that you are not strong enough, that you should give up, that the pain is too great, and worst of all, there will be moments when you will be tempted to believe them. There will be moments when you will think, maybe they are right, maybe I am not strong enough, maybe this suffering is too much for me to bear. That is the voice of weakness. That is the voice of defeat. And if you listen to it, it will consume you. But there is another voice, quieter but far more powerful, and it says, get up, stand tall. Face what is in front of you and do not run. That voice is the part of you that knows you are capable of more than you think. It is the part of you that understands that suffering, while painful, is also an opportunity. Because here's the truth, struggle is not the enemy. Struggle is the fire that forges strength. Think of the greatest figures in history, the ones who overcame impossible odds, the ones whose stories inspired generations. Were they spared hardship? Were they given an easy road? They faced suffering, often more than most, but they did something different. They chose to confront it. They chose to take their pain and transform it into something meaningful. They refused to let struggle define them as victims. Instead, they let it shape them into something greater. You are not weak because you struggle. You are weak only if you refuse to face it. Strength is not the absence of difficulty. Strength is built in response to difficulty. It is earned, it is fought for. It is claimed through resilience and determination. If you wait for an easy life, you will never become strong. But if you accept that hardship is a fundamental part of existence, then you can begin to see it for what it really is, a chance to become better, to become sharper, to become someone who can withstand the storms of life without crumbling. Most people fear hardship because they believe it is a sign of failure. They believe that if life is difficult, something has gone wrong. But this is a fundamental misunderstanding of reality. Hardship is not proof that you are failing. Hardship is proof that you are living. It is proof that you are engaged in the process of growth, that you are pushing yourself beyond what you once thought possible. Think of the strongest person you know. Maybe they have faced loss. Maybe they have faced rejection. Maybe they have been knocked down more times than you can count. But they are still here. They are still standing. And you admire them not because they were spared suffering, but because they endured it and came out stronger on the other side. If you lift heavy weights, your muscles grow stronger. If you challenge your mind, your intelligence deepens. If you push yourself beyond your comfort zone, your character expands. The same principle applies to suffering. The more you face it, the more you refuse to let it break you, the more powerful you become. The people who achieve great things in life do not do so because they had an easy road. They do so because they took every hardship, every setback, every moment of doubt, and they used it to propel themselves forward instead of allowing it to drag them down. There is no growth without struggle. This is a reality that many people do not want to accept. They want success, but they do not want the hardship that comes with it. They want strength, but they do not want the pain that is required to build it. But you cannot separate the two. You cannot have one without the other. The world is not fair, and it never will be. You will face injustice. You will face moments where you feel like the universe is against you. And in those moments, you will have a choice. You can let bitterness consume you, or you can rise above it. You can choose to be a victim, or you can choose to be a warrior. A warrior does not complain that the battle is difficult. A warrior does not sit down and cry that the enemy is too strong. A warrior does not curse fate for giving them a difficult road. A warrior stands up, prepares for battle, and moves forward. And make no mistake, life is a battle. Every day, you are either growing stronger or allowing yourself to grow weaker. Every challenge you face is an opportunity to choose resilience over defeat. Pain is a teacher. It shows you what you are made of. It reveals your weaknesses and forces you to address them. It strips away illusion and leaves you with nothing but raw truth. It demands that you grow. And if you resist, if you refuse to learn from it, if you run from every difficulty, you will never reach your potential. No one achieves greatness by avoiding struggle. No one becomes strong by choosing comfort over challenge. The people who change the world, the people who inspire others, the people who leave a lasting impact, these are the people who faced suffering head on and refused to let it break them. You may be in the midst of hardship right now. You may feel like you cannot take another step, like the weight on your shoulders is too much to bear. But listen closely, this moment, this struggle, this pain is shaping you into something more. It is giving you an opportunity to prove to yourself that you are stronger than you ever imagined. You do not know your limits until you push past them. You do not know your strength until it is tested. You do not know what you are truly capable of until life forces you to find out. And when that moment comes, when you are standing at the edge of despair, when you feel like giving up, that is when you must decide, will you break or will you rise? Everything you want in life, success, confidence, wisdom, strength, lays on the other side of struggle. There are no shortcuts, there are no easy roads. There is only the path of challenge and the choice to walk it. And if you take that path, if you refuse to let hardship destroy you, if you choose to embrace the struggle instead of running from it, you will emerge as someone you never thought you could be. You are not here to be weak. You are not here to be defeated. You are here to grow, to build, to fight, to become stronger than the suffering that tries to break you. And if you do that, if you take every difficulty and use it as fuel, if you take every failure and turn it into wisdom, if you take every moment of pain and transform it into strength, you will become unstoppable. You will look back on the struggles you once thought would break you, and you will realize that they were the very things that made you who you are. You will see that every hardship, every setback, every moment of suffering was not there to destroy you, but to forge you into someone greater. And when you stand tall, when you face the world with strength and resilience, you will understand that your struggles were never a curse. They were the fire that tempered you. They were the storm that shaped you. They were the trials that turned you into something unbreakable.